Okay, so you're saying you're teaching a course, you were asked to teach a course in family, the title?
Reproduction and family planning. So, I mean, it's the fundamentals of reproduction. I mean, the physiology of reproductive physiology, but then there's elements of family planning. And this ran all the way from the use of contraceptives to questions, values of abortion. These were difficult things and weren't necessarily readily accepted in the community, but I think they were important, and we engaged physicians to come in who were willing to do that kind of thing, or social workers to talk about these issues. All right, so that was another kind of quote, innovation that went on in terms of curriculum and part of the students' education. That was, they didn't have to take that. Then there was the whole the liberal education seminars, which was at the base of the liberal education experience.
Did they have that before the consolidation on this campus, or did they have that at the centers?
Yes, yeah. I mean, the liberal education seminars were taught on all campuses after 1969, at the opening of this of the institution. And so I was also I was asked to develop a sophomore liberal education. You had to take, originally there were 24 credits, as I recall, 6 credits a year, I think. This was a lot. I mean, including freshmen had to take 6 credits, and sophomores 6 credits. Each one, the freshman experience was exploratory. It was focused a lot on values, and these are, I mean, again, those are pretty heavy questions that were being asked about world population, about values, and as they related to population growth and relationship to lots of questions on poverty. There was a lot of focus on the distinguishing needs and wants. I suspect what it really was a forerunner of sustainability, questions of sustainability, and distinguishing, you know, what the role of human values have in that, as well as religion. So the freshman experience was one that was supposed to stimulate students, and I think it might have stimulated a quarter of them, and 3/4 of them didn't quite know how to handle that. One way that we tried to engage students, I know, was to have these seminars, a portion of them, to meet in faculty homes, which I did. Students we would have breakfast, which amounted to donuts and.
You talking here in Green Bay or in Menasha? Or
no, that was in the Green Bay once I got to Green Bay. On Menasha, I was involved in the sophomore LES, and that one was focused on problem solving and more of a engagement. It was supposed to engage the student in an activity, so hands-on. So here you are, you know, and so what do you do? Well, here's Lake Winnebago, here's the Fox River, and so you turn to it as a laboratory. And I recall Paul Sager, my good colleague, limnologist at this campus, had acquired a new boat, and he had an old boat. And so he was happy to foist that old boat off on me, and we found a place to I think the Corps of Army Engineers put it up for us someplace and would house it for us. I took it all the way from Green Bay. That was my first experience with the Fox River and going through all of those locks. And at that time, the Fox River was really a mess. We used to, methane would push fiber mats up from the bottom, and it would actually kind of boil up. We would talk about the river burping, and it was not a aesthetically pleasing experience, but the trip taught me something anyhow. Took the boat up, and that became my platform for getting students out on Lake Winnebago, and doing in Little Lake Butermore, and beginning some activities to engage the students. Lee Schwartz was instrumental in developing microbiological coliform quick tests. We did water chemistry, etc., to get the students focused on problem solving and asking questions. So that was a kind of the sophomore experience.
Nowadays, these type of activities are done in local high schools. Was it
I don't think so.
shocking or radical at that time that you would have students do this? Or just unconventional?
Well, I certainly never experienced too much of that in my own education, although I came through, part of my education was, Coe College was a liberal education, and we did field trips, great field trips, but they were focused on more traditional, either ornithology or botany. So it was, I think it was different, certainly at the sophomore level. And again, some students, I mean, I think students enjoyed it. I'm not quite sure they made the connection with why they were doing it, other than they were required to do it.
Yeah. How did they, now you mentioned you had field trips in a normal conventional college at that time. And
Yes.
you had field experiences here.
Right.
But these were more problem focused, is that the difference? The problem being
Well, but I
degradation?
mean, I just give, yeah, I think that's true. And that was my part of it. I mean, that's what I did, is blinking at me. I don't know what that means.
It means my battery.
So we need that.
Well, that's right, I have a spare.
Shut
See, there's
down here.
batteries all over and I also have power, so.
Okay.